The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. It's the Daily Hour.
ChatGPT did become the world's most downloaded non-gaming app.
Literally the job of everyone in government to address the media and the public.
What are your thoughts, audience? What are your thoughts on Zandy Silva as the deputy PLP leader?
A community that can't feed itself is a community that's doomed.
What you may not know, though, is that Bermuda, we have a connection with Epstein, too.
Things that people are doing right, the youth are doing right, that is not being advertised enough.
When you see access to U.S. dollars disappear, that's when you have a problem.
If you've got a town in the UK with a similar sized population, this place absolutely outshines it.
It's Thursday, the 30th day of April, 2026. Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. This is the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, HSBC Bermuda, Medical House Lindo's, People's Pharmacy, and big love to Hot 107.5 for ensuring that we can pump through the radio airwaves with these most important community conversations. I'm Jamel Hartman. Hopefully everyone is feeling good on this Friday, Junior, as you love to call it. Let us know how you're feeling. Folks, we've got a good one today. We have a good one today. So greetings, everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. It's going to be good. We are welcoming the Governor of Bermuda, His Excellency Andrew Murdoch, onto the show. We'll be discussing the King's visit to the island. And we also have Ray Lambert on from the BDC following the governor to discuss the Build Summit. So it's jam-packed this morning. The Daily Play is going to be entertainment, all right? And don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Yes, help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. All right, folks, here's your question of the morning. A lot to get through. Curtis Dickinson, former finance minister, officially announced last night that he was going to be putting his name in the hat and running for leadership of the Bermuda Progressive Labor Party and in turn the premiership of Bermuda. So this question is very simple. What are the qualities you look for in political leadership? Yeah, that's the discussion this morning. And discussions brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. It's really simple. What makes a good leader? And let's step away from personalities for a moment and talk about something deeper, like leadership. No matter which party you support, which person you support, no matter who you voted for previously, at the end of the day, what most people really want is good leadership. But what does that actually mean? Is it someone who's strong and decisive? Someone who listens and brings people together? Someone who delivers results no matter how they get there? Or someone who leads with integrity even when it's difficult? Folks, see, different people value different things. Some want a leader who moves fast and makes bold decisions. Others may want a leader who consults or collaborates and takes their time. Some prioritize economic strength. Others prioritize fairness and social support. And then there are those who say, just be honest with me, even if the news isn't good. Maybe more than anything, people are looking for trust. Here's the challenge, though. Leadership isn't just about what you say. It's about how you respond under pressure, how you handle criticism, how you treat people who disagree with you, and whether your actions match your words. So today, folks, let's have the conversation. We're not asking about any one politician. We're asking, what do you look for in political leadership? What qualities matter to you most? And which ones are non-negotiable? Think about it. Let us know. Question of the morning. What are the qualities you look for in political leadership? All right, folks. We are going to take a quick break while you marinate on that, and we'll be back after this to continue your daily discussion.
People's ACW, located at King Edward VII Memorial Hospital, carries over-the-counter medicines, toys, cards, and even toiletries. Our knowledgeable staff are there whether you're at emergency, visiting family, or a member of BHB staff, to show you our best even when you're feeling your worst. People's ACW, we're here for you.
Alrighty, folks, here we go. You saw the question of the morning. What are the qualities you look for as an individual in political leadership? Before we get to that, we've got Clear Warner says, good morning, Jamel. Good morning, Bermuda. It's a good day to be alive. Indeed. Yes, it is. Suzanne Ingham says, good morning, Jamel. It's awesome. A super awesome day. I thought it was Sherry Day, so now I have a 48-hour Friday. Sheesh, this happened last week too. Oh, well. Question of the morning, audience. This is brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. We are asking you, what are the qualities you look for in political leadership? We've got Shawnette Sumner says, a great leader demonstrates integrity and is true to her word, and someone who inspires others around them to lead. Okay. We've got Dr. Anthony Richardson says, aptitude, ability to lead by example, but also having the ability to make bold decisions, surround themselves with people I'm going to say he or she can draw quality advice and skills from, and know yes, men, women. Yeah, okay, fair enough. What else, audience? And here's a poll for you. Do you believe Bermuda has good quality leaders involved politically? Now, people have argued that we don't have the same quality of leadership that we once had. And the way the poll works, folks, 1 for yes, 2 for no. Now, you can't put 1 and then a comment or 2 and a comment. It has to be the number 1 or number 2. But do you believe that Bermuda has good quality leaders involved politically? That's 1 for yes, 2 for no. This question is as important as some of the questions we'll be asking you over the next couple of weeks as it relates to leadership. And when we're talking about leadership, not just politically, we're having challenges in education right now. We're having challenges in our community. There was a time when we had coaches who were of great character and leaders. You don't see it as much anymore. But what are the qualities you look for in political leadership in particular? Let us know. We've got Kenton Trott says, good morning, TDH family. The key qualities are respect, integrity, kindness, humility, visionary, able to handle pressure, supportive, experience. Okay, cool. We've got Suzanne Ingham says, good leadership. I want truth, even when they screw up. I want to see them fix the mess. I want clean-cut transparency. I want integrity. I want Bermudians first. Listen to our people. I want to see action that the people want, not their pockets. I cannot trust any government right now. Okay. We've got Kenton Trott says they must also understand Bermuda and her people, empathetic and emotionally intelligent. Okay. We've got Charles H. Jefferson II. He says, in my opinion, integrity and humility are the most important qualities of a leader of anything, especially in an island like Bermuda. No leader knows it all. Okay, well, audience, answer the poll question as well. This is the first time we're at 100%. Chances are only one person's responded so far, but do you believe Bermuda currently has good quality leaders involved politically? Do you think we have the quality currently involved? Because I've been in conversations recently where people have just been like, we simply don't have good quality candidates anymore. We don't have people getting involved anymore, maybe due to their careers or their family. But I don't know. I like a mix of people, blue collar, white collar, average Bermudians, Bermudians who are established. I like a combination of both. And I think that we do have quality people involved. We do. I mean, I've named quite a few on this show in the past. So I think when people see the choices before us, they say, well, they're both horrible candidates, which I said. But there are some very good quality people. And again, I'm not going to get into naming right now, but there are some good quality people. We've got Dr. Anthony Richardson says, there are great leaders in Bermuda, but they are prevented from coming forward. They are sidelined. How can someone sideline a great leader? That's how does that happen? That shouldn't happen. Audience, let's go through a few things. Some core leadership traits, and some of you have mentioned already. Integrity, accountability, transparency, competence. This should be easy, right? There are also different leadership styles. Strong and decisive versus collaborative and consultative. Visionary and practical, right? Communication, are they clear and honest in their messaging? Right? Do they have the ability to explain difficult decisions? And are they consistent with their communication? There are some people who are critical of David Burt when it came to COVID. He had the press conferences every day. There have been murders, 2 mass murders in Bermuda last year. And the Premier, David Burt, I think there was a press release. And people wanted more. And his response, he's probably thinking, well, I have a minister. I'm not going to step on my minister. That's his job. Results versus process. Do outcomes matter more than how they're achieved in leadership? The trust factor. Do we believe what leaders say, political leaders say? And do they follow through? Somebody mentioned empathy earlier. Emotional intelligence. Do they listen? Do they have respect for differing views? This is all important for political leadership, folks. Very important. So again, question of the morning, what are the qualities that you look for in political leadership? And help us with the poll. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Do you believe Bermuda has good quality candidates or leaders involved politically? Let us know. We've got Mark Arthur says, I believe we need a leader that can do the job. We don't need who is the life of the party. Okay, interesting. We've got Dr. Anthony Richardson says, jealousy and political egos with many massive egos are a toxic brew, forcing the great leaders to the background where the loud ones dominate. Well, I tell people all the time, you don't have to be loud to be effective. No, you don't. Folks, I don't know, right? But I've said this on this show many times, and I don't think I've been clear with it. I'm not necessarily a believer in democracy as we currently see it. And one of the reasons, I'm going to use myself as an example. In the United States, voting is very, very, very different. Voting, so you don't just go and vote for the person you vote for. There's tons of people to vote for. Water management person, the head of education, and this and that. I'm going to be real with you. I have to study and read and learn, and it's so much to read and learn. And so using me as an example, if you are parents and you have children in the education space, right? Are you really going to trust myself? I haven't done any research and I'm going to the polls and you have to click one candidate or the other. No. This is why even asking questions like referendums is difficult for me because yes, I understand the point of democracy, everyone gets a say, but everyone's not equally educated to even understand the importance of the decision that they're making. I don't think we're honest from a leadership perspective about that. I don't. Folks, this was your daily discussion brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. Let's take a quick break. And after this break, we're going to bring in the governor, Governor Andrew Murdoch. His Excellency is in the house, and we're going to be talking about the King's visit. You don't want to miss it. And then after that, again, this is a very different show. After the governor, we're going to have Ray Lambert from the BDC to talk about the Build Summit. All right. This is your daily discussion brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. I'll just go read this last comment. We've got a BDA horse trainer 8942 says, I like leaders that are brilliant, honest, innovative, and more intelligent than the average person. All righty, folks. Hey, appreciate you. If you've appreciated the discussion so far, make sure if you were streaming with us on one of the social media or internet sites, you give us a like, love, follow, share the link with your friends, family, colleagues. We're going to show some love to Titan Express and come back and we'll bring the governor on. No commercial. All right, stick with us.
The daily discussion is brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. Titan Express delivers safe, professional, and reliable transportation and tours across the island. From island tours to cultural experiences, they set the standard. And Secure is your go-to for property management, waste management, and residential and commercial services. Visit securebda.com. Professional, punctual, and reliable service is their commitment to you.
All righty, folks. Yes, welcome back. Thanks for rocking with us. We are really pleased this morning to be joined by His Excellency, the Governor of Bermuda, Andrew Murdoch, making time to engage. We're going to have a quick conversation about the King's visit. So I may not be able to get to questions or comments, but I'll do my best. So just bear with us. But let's give a warm TDH welcome to the Governor of Bermuda, His Excellency, Andrew Murdoch. Oops, that's not the music.
We gotta take you off mute, sir. All right.
Hi, Jamal, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Morning.
Perfect. Good morning. Well, first of all, thank you for making time. We're not going to take too much of it because I know this is an extremely busy time for you, but we appreciate you making the time and stopping by for this conversation. I want to jump right into it.
Sure.
His Majesty King Charles III's visit is a very significant moment for Bermuda. Can you just explain to the audience what the purpose of this visit is and why is it important at this time?
Yeah, sure. So, I think any visit of, a sovereign to part of, a foreign country, an overseas territory, or even part of the United Kingdom is always quite a special moment. And I think, having His Majesty here would be the first visit by a reigning king to Bermuda in Bermuda's history, which is, again, pretty momentous. And his first visit to any overseas territory as monarch. He has been here before, although that was some time ago. 1970 was his last formal visit. So there's a lot of, history around this and significance that he's chosen Bermuda to visit at this time. And of course, as we know, it's on the back of the US state visit, which we've all been watching with great interest on the news. And that's an historic visit too on the 250th anniversary. And I think I hope and anticipate this visit after the intensity of that state visit will feel like coming home to see his people and have a chance to celebrate what we do best here.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. What will the King's visit look like? What's his itinerary, and what can spectators? Well, where can they expect to catch a glimpse of him?
Sure, yeah. So he arrives this evening. So, but there's no kind of big public engagement. So you'll expect the normal, line up at the airport, just to kind of recognise and welcome him onto home turf. So the formal visit starts tomorrow. So we're looking at kind of mid-morning at St George's, where there'll be the formal welcome. The regiment will be out in full strength, four guards, 21-gun salute. So that'll be in and of itself a great occasion. And he'll be able to meet members of the cabinet and the Corporation of St George's, and have a chance to go up to St Peter's Church as well, being a royal chapel. And there's, of course, a lot of iconic photos of previous royal visits to St Peter's. That's a lovely kind of reflection on that. So that will be a moment as well for people to see him in and around, as he comes into the square and around that space. We're anticipating a few, being let out of school from public schools and private schools, which would be wonderful. So get there early to avoid disappointment, because that'll be quite special. He then moves on to Trunk Island, and obviously that won't be a big public moment, but there's lots of groups on there to explain the work they do as an example of the conservation works in Bermuda, before then moving to the aquarium, and it's their 100th anniversary this year. So there'll be a moment to kind of celebrate that with him, and see the side of the aquarium, and learn a little bit more about what we're doing on protecting our Sargasso Sea. Then the next one will be probably one of the bigger moments at City Hall, and again, lots of space out there for, although we're expecting quite a few people to come out, to encourage more to see him in and around City Hall. A lot of artisans there, local people be familiar with people, whether working with stone, cedar, kite making, local artists, and then he'll have a chance, obviously, to meet the mayor and his team at City Hall, and then off to All Boys, and then at that moment now he'll his only royal patronage as king is the Royal Bermuda Yacht Club, so he'll have a chance to just quickly see the outside of there and meet some of the young sailors before making his way over to Dockyard. So that's going to be early afternoon, and we're hoping to get up to the keep there. We've got the kind of National Gombe troop will be out in numbers, so that's a great opportunity to see that in and around the keep. Before going on to the Camber area, which I had to be told I wasn't familiar with. It's the area in front of the clock towers, and a lot of youth groups there, Spirit of Bermuda, Endeavour Programme, Scouts, Pathfinders, Duke of Edinburgh's, Sea Cadets, and as well as seeing the Commonwealth team. So we've got Dame Flora Duffy coming over, Nikki Saunders, and hopefully some others, as well as some athletes going to Glasgow this year. So we'll have a chance to meet them. And then making his way back to Government House, he'll have a chance there he'll do a formal tree planting. That's what you do. Now we're back here, and there's a great opportunity. We've had a local artist make a sculpture of a whale. We'll show some pictures of it. It's pretty spectacular, actually. It's 20 foot long, all made of ocean plastics that have been collected over the last few months from our beaches, which is obviously a sad story in itself. But it's been created into something, obviously, that we all become very familiar with if you look out on South Shore, get out on a boat this time of year. And then next day, he'll be going out to St David's to open up the new Great Bay Coast Guard station, and then Cooper's Island, where there's a moment there to recognise the plan to install some new telescopes later on this year, which are cutting edge to monitor satellites and space debris at Cooper's Island in a less than 48 hours, and get a chance for him to meet as many people as possible.
I was going to say, when does he sleep? That's a pretty extensive schedule. Based on what you just explained, a lot of people in the general public will at least get the opportunities to see him in passing at some point. I just want to transition real quickly, because royal visits often carry both symbolic and practical meaning. What does this visit represent for Bermuda's relationship with the United Kingdom today?
Yeah, I think it's important. Obviously, His Majesty is the key visitor, and he's had a very strong attachment to the overseas territories and the Commonwealth, as did the late Queen. I think they care deeply about the overseas territories, what they bring in and of themselves, but also as part of that wider family, the kind of wider British family. And I think it's a chance for him to reconnect as monarch, to learn about, he enjoys meeting people. So sticking to our very ambitious timeline, I think as he gets talking to some fantastic Bermudians, is going to be the challenge for us as hosts, because a lot of people have got some great experiences and to share with him. And I think he really looking forward to that opportunity. Significant at the moment, obviously, geopolitically, it's important obviously to reconnect and show that there's what Bermuda offers globally. So he's going to be accompanied by Minister of State from the Foreign Office, Minister Doughty. And in the margins of the visit, the minister will be chairing a roundtable event with representatives from government, the BMA, but also leading CEOs from insurance and reinsurance globally, and with a big, heavy Bermuda footprint, to tackle or to look at how the industry should contribute to reducing what they call the insurance protection gap, which is that difference between when you suffer huge catastrophic losses and how much of that is insured, and if it's not insured, how do people recover? And also look at how nature can be built into insurance and reinsurance resilience modelling. And His Majesty's had that as an interest for some time. So the Minister will chair a meeting and then he'll get a readout on how that's gone. So again, it's showcasing there's a business part to it as well as the community. So we're trying to touch as many bases as possible in a short amount of time.
Continuing on from that last piece about the economy, looking ahead, what opportunities do you believe this visit can create, whether diplomatically, economically, or culturally for Bermuda?
So, I mean, it's difficult to know in terms of absolute concrete outcomes, but there's a large international media pack that they call them a pack that travel coming to Bermuda, and obviously they'll be covering the visit. So it is a good opportunity to showcase Bermuda and its communities and everything, nature, business, all aspects. And we're trying to look at how the program can best do that to show all the strength and depth. So there'll be an international thing. Obviously, media will report what they like to report, but it's an opportunity to do that too. But also in organising this visit, but also the connections that might be made during it. That often, whether it's the reinsurance roundtable, and that's very much looking forward to how this conversation can kickstart that quite important conversation in the role of insurance and reinsurance, and Bermuda in particular, how it can contribute this, as well as other connections to the UK with the minister here, as well as His Majesty. So I think there are opportunities to build upon this and showcase what we do. And of course, if other people see it, they may well not know what Bermuda has to offer, and they may, whether it's industry for the economy, role, visitors, tourism, all of it, who may not have had Bermuda on the map. Maybe you'll now see that on the news and then say, oh, actually, maybe I want to come and work here or come visit here, which I think has got to be positive.
Indeed. Marketing. I'll just go with one question from the audience and then we can wrap it up. But Charles H. Jefferson II is asking, with a growing anti-monarchy sentiment around the world, do you anticipate any protesting? If so, how will that be handled? Will they be acknowledged?
Sorry, can you just repeat the question? I couldn't. Oh, there we go. And so I don't know if it's. I don't know if I kind of accept the premise of a growing. That there's always been obviously those who are royalists and recognise that as an institution, and I think even there are then people who recognise, even if it's not something as an institution that they necessarily support, but they recognise and respect the individuals within it. And I think for anyone, who saw His Majesty, doing the address to Congress, and what he's done over his lifetime and supporting the environment and causes which, may well not have been very popular, 30, 40, 50 years ago, but he's championed. And we all look now at the messages that he's been, like a clarion call for the need to protect the environment for climate resilience and nature and biodiversity. And now that's what we're all recognizing, if those who didn't get before. So I think even if you don't support the institution, I think there's a lot of respect for him as an individual for what he's done for the environment, for the United Kingdom, but also, globally, making these very, very important speeches and contributions at a time of, international tension upheaval as we see it all around us. So I think on that side, I think it's very important to look at that. And of course, even if you're not, again, even in that camp, but if you're proud of Bermuda and recognize we're showcasing this on an international stage, it's a great opportunity to showcase, Bermuda in a visit in front of the world's media. So obviously people will take their own views as to what they want to do for the visit, but I think whatever the motivation is, opportunity to champion Bermuda and what it has to offer, which I think a lot of people can get behind.
Governor, I know you're busy. You said something earlier before you head out, before I let you go. You said, it's the first time the King's been to Bermuda. And I just want to ask you.
As King. So, as King, yeah.
Here in 76, yes. It's current King Charles III. He's been here in 76, folks, but as King. But just personal question to you. Do you feel any pressure being the one who is governing Bermuda at this time?
Pressure. Yeah. So, I'm very keen. Obviously, there's a lot of work gone on, as you can imagine, to organise the visit. And there's a lot of moving parts behind it. So, and it's clearly, like a lot of these things, it's a big team, and we want it to go well. So in that sense, we've done everything we can. You can never, someone said the weather is the big thing you can't control. So everyone's anxiously looking at the weather forecast. And as someone reminded me yesterday, if you want to know the weather forecast, look up in the sky, which I thought was, true, but deeply unhelpful. So no, I think, look, I'm actually genuinely looking forward to this because I've been here just over a year, as you know, and I think this place is incredible. And for me, it's a great opportunity to, have managed to secure the visit for His Majesty alongside the government and their kind invitation to him to visit. And it's a great opportunity to show him and others and, what this place has to offer, because I think it's incredible. So I'm excited about it.
Indeed. Governor Murdoch, thank you so much for your time. All the best with the visit, and I'm sure we'll talk soon. Have a wonderful day to you and your team.
Cheers, Jamal. We'll get a bit of sleep afterwards. Brilliant. Good luck. Good to see you.
Governor Andrew Murdoch, folks, appreciate that. We're going to take a quick, before we take that break, I think I need to give you the days of the year. And I also need to celebrate a Bermudian icon. I love this one this morning. I really do. For days of the year, real quickly, it is the 30th and final day of April. And today, we've got Thank You Thursday, Hairstyle Appreciation Day, Raisins Day, Animal Advocacy Day, Honesty Day, Poem in Your Pocket Day, Mr. Potato Head Day, Bubble Tea Day, but the one I think we're going to go with, folks, International Jazz Day. I want to ask you all, who's your favorite jazz artist? Who's your favorite jazz artist? No, I'm going to share something with you real quickly. I don't really go to the movie theaters. Most people don't. But I went to see the Michael movie last night. Has anyone seen the Michael movie? Michael Jackson? I went to see it. And I kind of got yelled at because I, sing along and, make all the noise and stuff. And I guess you're not supposed to do that. But I must say, I was, watching video of people going to the Michael movie and people dressed all up as Michael. I'm like, okay. But I had fun. Those who know me know I don't go to theaters because I go to sleep in theaters. I had fun. But the ending of the movie made me believe that there will be a part 2. And I'm looking forward to it. All right. Favorite jazz artist, International Jazz Day. We've got Earl Klug. Was that Clue or Klug? Says Jewel Eve. We've got Shine. Says Suda San Ingham. I think she means Shine Haven. We've got Wynton Marsalis. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go with it. Kenny G, man. Kenny G. Man, I'm being real with you. I listen to some Kenny G on a regular basis. I really do. Kenny G. Traveling Trotty said, yes, Michael was great. Miss Ellen Kate Horton says, fabulous movie. Yes. All right. Anybody else seen Michael? While you're putting that, let's share our Bermudian icon for the day. And again, if this is your first time tuning in, if you haven't seen this feature, it's kind of like what we were talking about knighthoods earlier this week. People crying for knighthoods of people. And, last year, people were upset there were no Bermuda national heroes named. And Dr. Ewart Brown came on the show and said, look, everyone's not a hero, but people do heroic things. And we wanted to recognize people. So here is your Bermudian icon for the day.
Welcome to TDH's Bermudian Icon series, brought to you by the great folks at Zipex. Keturah Horton Parent Chief is one of those Bermudian icons who doesn't always get the shine she deserves. But if you're actually looking at real impact, she's right up there. She made history representing Bermuda in Olympic diving as the first black woman in history to do so. It's a sport we don't exactly dominate, but she did it on one of the biggest stages in the world. That alone puts her in rare territory. But what really separates her is what came after. She didn't just have a moment and disappear. Keturah moved into coaching and international sports leadership, actively shaping pathways for the next generation, not just here, but globally. And that's the part that tends to get overlooked. Because in Bermuda, we celebrate the medal moment. But the people who built that pipeline, they don't always get the same energy. Keturah is both. She broke the barrier, and now she's making sure others can get through it too. That's not just an Olympian. That's long-term structural impact. And that is what makes her a real Bermudian icon. And that's today's Bermudian Icon series, brought to you by the great folks at Zipex. Now back to the show.
Man, Teo said something in that. And honestly, audience, I clap that. I do. And it's not just because Keturah and I are friends, but Larry Marshall said it previously as well. It's not just about the medal. It's about the people who create pathways for others to actually achieve that. And that's something that she did. I believe her feat is not celebrated enough. And over time, that's why Bermudian icons exist, to ensure that people and their work are not forgotten, but honored, appreciated, and celebrated forever and ever and ever. So big up to Keturah Horton Parent Chief. All right, folks, let's take a quick break. And after this break, we'll come back. We've got Ray Lambert. But in the meantime, if you're streaming with us, show us some love on whatever platform you are streaming with us. And we'll be back in a very short period. Do not go anywhere.
Take a look at our workwear for construction workers and tradesmen. Durable, stretchable in all the right places, and plenty of options for tools and accessories. Paired with our wide range of tough and comfortable footwear, you can't go wrong. As you can see, Medical House really is a one-stop shop for everybody. We can't wait to see you.
See it all at our new expanded location on Bakery Lane.
Discover Drop It, your go-to grocery delivery. Browse and select from a wide range of groceries, from fresh produce to daily essentials. Our friendly drivers deliver fresh groceries to your door fast, saving you time and hassle. With Drop It, you get fresh groceries delivered fast, so you can focus on what really matters. Drop It, freshness at your doorstep, delivered to your door with Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
What lasts isn't what you buy, but what it becomes. With the HSBC MasterCard credit card, every spend quietly adds to a story shaped by intention and offers what matters most. Support that meets you where you are. Protection that preserves what you choose. Confidence for the unexpected. Peace of mind wherever your story leads. Start your next chapter. Use your card today. HSBC is licensed to conduct banking and investment business by the Bermuda Monetary Authority.
What if the age that really matters isn't the one on your ID? You probably know your chronological age, the number of candles on your last birthday cake. But there's another kind of age that may be even more important, your biological age. This reflects how old your body truly is at the cellular level. It is influenced by your genes, your environment, and the choices you make every day. Two people can both be 40 years old on paper, but one may have the body of a healthy 30-year-old while the other is biologically closer to 50. The difference? Lifestyle choices on nutrition, sleep, stress, exercise, and exposure to toxins. That means you have some control over your biological clock, and that's exactly what makes it so powerful. Because when it comes to aging, it's not just about living longer, it's about living better. Want to know your predicted biological age today? Download the free Carry Genetics app and fill in the lifestyle questionnaire.
Playing around.
Alrighty, welcome back to the big show. Jamel Hartman here. This is the Daily Hour, brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, HSBC, Bermuda Medical House, Lindo's, People's Pharmacy, and big love to Hot 107.5 for ensuring that we can pump through the radio airwaves with this most important community conversations. Folks, do not forget to subscribe on our website, follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. All right, without further ado, let's continue today's show. Let's give a warm TDH welcome. We've got Ray Lambert coming on from the Bermuda Economic Development Corporation, talking about the Build Summit. Let's give him a warm TDH welcome, folks. Oops. Ray, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Jamal, and good morning to your audience.
Buttons, man. Me and these buttons just haven't been as of late.
Hey, I get it, man.
I gotta ask you, Ray, two questions. Do you have a favorite jazz artist?
Ooh, wow. You know, I like a little bit of everything.
Okay.
But when it comes to jazz, man, I'm trying to remember the guy who came here years ago that I really liked. He played. He was part of the jazz festival. Let me think. Because I was focused on something else.
I'm gonna work, man. Not talk about jazz.
I know, man. I know. It's gonna come to me. So look, I'm gonna remember this name before I finish this interview.
We're done. All right.
I will get back to you.
All right. So, are you a Michael Jackson fan?
Hey, you know what? I was in Vegas recently, and I happened to see the Michael Jackson show with Circus LA. And I tell you, that was hot. So I'm really looking forward to this movie.
What movie?
You know, Michael Jackson was one of those guys we all grew up with, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, everybody knows the songs, and he brought some good energy. So
yeah,
looking forward to seeing it.
For sure. That one show in Vegas, the Cirque du Soleil, we saw it a couple years ago when we went there for a conference. And honestly, I've seen probably about 10, 12 shows in Vegas. That is the one. No pun intended. But let's jump into today's conversation, Ray. And folks, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We're talking about the Build Summit today. Just explain in the most layman terms, like, what is the Build Summit?
So Build Summit. So Build stands for Bermuda Urban Infrastructure Land and Development Summit. So basically, BEDC has a branch called the UDA, which is who I'm working with. And we've basically created a summit that focuses on infrastructure projects and opportunities in Bermuda. So basically, you have a lot of people doing things in Bermuda that sometimes people aren't always aware and just not privy to. These projects are happening. Bermuda is moving forward, and it's an opportunity to bring some of the best minds together to talk about some of the opportunities, challenges within infrastructure development. So things like housing, bridges, even alternative energy and alternative construction. Those will be topics that we will go through. So fantastic event. It's a 2-day event. Last year was the first year, and this year, and it went really well. This year, it's going to be 2 days. So we have a full lineup of activities, which will happen on May 6th and 7th at BUEI.
Okay. What can people expect to take away from the summit?
I think what people will hear is almost, from the horse's mouth as to, what the opportunities are financially, local and international, how to get money. Some of the projects that they may want to think about, we hear about things like modular construction. What is modular construction, right? That's such a huge topic that I don't think people really understand, that it's a building technique that varies from inexpensive to top quality, and of course in Bermuda we need to build for the future. So there's certainly some techniques that are being looked at very closely that may be an option for consideration, particularly in large scale buildings.
You said it takes place May 16th, sorry?
May 6th and 7th. I'm sorry. So that's next week, Wednesday and Thursday. So basically, tickets are available through PTIX, and you can choose 1 day or a 2-day package, which is $50 for 2 days. A tremendous deal. And we also will be offering a bus tour, which is also for a small fee of $20. That will show some of the opportunity sites in North and Southeast Hamilton. So that's all part of the package that people will expect. It's going to be a really interesting day. Great for anybody that wants to learn more about construction, maybe is already in the construction industry, architects, developers, property owners, for sure, real estate people. These are all people that, need to be on their toes about what's going on, because, these things are affecting us all. And we need some smart decisions on some of these projects, because, literally we're building for the future, and those projects are happening in one way or another, not always the way you envision it, but you have to have a vision in order to put some of this stuff together.
So basically, this is an opportunity for people to actually be a part of the conversations that they often comment about in the news, but be a part of the conversation, learn as the process takes place. So, you actually have more facts rather than opinions based on what we think we know.
Very much so. Networking is a huge part of this. We sometimes, as I mentioned, we're in this silo mentality where, we will have presentations from various areas of government. So there will be somebody giving a presentation from Works and Engineering. There's going to be presentations from Department of Planning. There's going to be presentations from Belco, and then do you have individual or private individuals who are really shedding some light on some of the projects that they're working on. You may know Mr. Dwayne Trott, who was just in the news recently, speaking about his projects going on at BLMC, that's it, which is a floating project. We have alternative construction people. So all kinds of different subjects. And this is, as you said, an opportunity for people to not just rub shoulders, but make those connections. Networking is a huge part of this. And, it's really good for people to understand what goes on behind the scenes in order to sometimes set their plan forward as well.
All right, May 6th and 7th. Just remind people where they can go to learn more if they're on the fence and considering attending.
So tickets are for sale on PTIX. So you can go on PTix and check out the tickets. You can go on our website at www.uda.bm to get just more information on the organization and some of the things that we're doing. And tickets will sell out. So anybody that's interested really needs to make that consideration soon. We're finalizing some of the key things that's happening on that day, but it's going to be a power-packed event and really a must attend for those that are into those industries.
Alrighty, Ray, thank you so much for stopping by short notice. Folks, May 6th and 7th, the Build Summit. I'd encourage as many people as possible to get into that space, have the conversations. I would love to learn more about the modular homes because it is a big topic. All the best with the summit, and we'll see you next time you come through.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, Ray Lambert, folks, BDC. We're going to take our final break. After this break, any hip hop heads in there? We've got a daily play. If you love hip hop and know music, you should have no problem getting the answer to this question. Stick with us. We'll be back to wrap it up.
Yeah, I don't got this. I'm gonna be fast at delivery on.
Oh, goodness. Don't pay me enough for that,
Oh, no, sugar! Okay, who's the fastest? Who's the fastest? It's me. Talk to me. No more stress. Just sit back.
For over 70 years, Bermuda Pest Control has been protecting homes and businesses island-wide. We offer a full suite of services, including rodent control, termite fumigation, and general insect control and maintenance. Our team of experts will quickly and efficiently eliminate any pest problem you may have. With Bermuda Pest Control, you can enjoy a pest-free home in no time. We're committed to providing fast, reliable, and solution-driven services for our customers. It's what we've been doing since 1952. Call Bermuda Pest Control today and say goodbye to pests for good.
Dreaming of expanding your business? With BDC's Loan Guarantee Program, we support your ambitions. Get up to 75% guarantee on bank or credit union loans up to $300,000. Just your vision and our support. Apply today and unlock new business opportunities. BDC, Bermuda Business starts here.
Bermuda, there's nothing like a home-cooked meal, especially when you can feed the whole family without stretching your wallet. With the affordable Bermuda basket, you'll find savings on everyday staples like rice, chicken, corn, and more. Everything you need to make a good meal for less. Shop the Bermuda basket at Lindo's, Marketplace, the Garden Market, and the English Market. Visit costofliving.gov.bm to see the full list of goods and start planning your meals. This is a message from the Ministry of Home Affairs.
Life moves fast, and so can the unexpected. When you insure your home, you need to know that your insurance company has your back. At Friesenbrook, let one of our friendly and professional agents give you that peace of mind. Because when you are covered, you are confident. Call us at 296-3600 or visit friesenbrook.bm to learn more.
All righty, welcome back to the big show. Jamel Hartman here, folks. Thanks again to Governor Murdoch and Ray Lambert for stopping by this morning. Back to back, we have been busy, rocking and going. Big shout out and love to the BAC group of companies, HSBC, Bermuda, Medical House, Lindo's, People's Pharmacy, and Hot 107.5 for ensuring we can pump through the radio areas on a regular basis with these most important community conversations. Folks, if you haven't already, make sure you show us some love on social media. Help us beat the algorithms so that as many people as you know have access to these most important community conversations. It is time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Bermuda Trivia, now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. All right, are you ready? Music entertainment today. All right, here we go. Audience, what is the name of Sean Jay-Z Carter's, aka Beyonce's husband's, debut album? No one got it? Stacy. There you go. There you go. Reasonable Doubt. That was it. I don't know rap. I don't know hip hop like that, so I wouldn't have guessed it. I would have said like Hard Knock Life or something like that, but I think that was just the name of a song. But yeah. Michelle, you didn't hear me? Well, how did Stacy get the answer? Huh, interesting. All right, Reasonable Doubt. Mark Arthur said Nas Illmatic, then said Reasonable Doubt. Okay. Renee Sherilyn says Reasonable Doubt. Sherilyn Johnson says Reasonable Doubt. Okay. You all know your hip hop. I honestly would not have guessed the answer. All right, folks. We got to head out because I got a flight to catch. So I got to let you know now so that I don't get hate mail. There will be no live show tomorrow. All right. We'll be back Monday. And do you know what Monday is? Can anyone guess what Monday is? I told you yesterday. Maybe I'll, You know what? I'm going to see if we could give some things away on Monday. It's a very special day. Yeah, let's do some giveaways on Monday. No one knows what Monday is, huh? Well, I guess we don't need to give anything away. Anyway, so no live show tomorrow, folks. No live show. We'll be back live on Monday, May 4th. Yes, Charles. Thank you, Suzanne. It's the Monday 6 years of TDH. Yes, Charles and Stacey Ann Brown and Karen Edward Simmons. Yes, celebrating 6 years of the show. So looking forward to it. Should be a really, really good show. So hopefully I'm well rested because it'll be very late that I get back Sunday night. But really looking forward. And Charles says, I was there on day one. All right. Well, folks, let me give you some daily inspiration before we head out. Let's see. All righty. What can we have? Yeah. Nope, not that one. Nope. Yeah, no, not that one. Oh, I like this one. All right, don't forget, we're going to be having a little book signing and stuff, right? But this is what we're going to be doing, folks. We've got, here's your daily inspiration, quote, opportunities don't come to those who wait. They come to those who create, end quote. Yeah. Don't sit on your hands waiting on something to come to you, folks. It's been an awesome conversation. Wishing you all a great day. Don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Thanks again to our partners, the BAC Group of Companies, HSBC Bermuda, Medical Host, Lindo's, People's Pharmacy, and big love to Hot 107.5 for ensuring that we can pump through the radio airwaves with these most important community conversations. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you on Monday. I'm Jamal Hartman. Please do make it a safe and a great day. We are out. Peace.